Alright, Unit 1 study guide, exponents and order of operations. So this is a study guide to help you prepare for the test. You're going to see similar problems on the test, so if you know how to do these problems on the study guide, you should be okay for the unit test. Alright, Victoria bought a photo album. One page would hold 88 pictures on each side. If Anna had 120 pictures to put in the album, approximately how many whole pages did she need? So the question that we have to focus on is approximately how many whole pages did she need? We know that 8 pictures on each side is on the photo album, and she has 120 pictures total that she's going to fill the album with. Well, if there's 8 pictures on one side and 8 pictures on the other side, that means there's 16 pictures she can fit on one whole page. So then that way we have to divide 120 pictures divided by 16 pictures per whole page, and then we'll get the number of whole pages she will get. Well, she will need. So 16 to 120 is going to go about 7 times. And that's 112. There's 8 left over. If I turn this into a decimal point, and add a 0, bring down the 0 down, 16 and 80 goes 5 times. So as you can see, she can fit all those pictures on 7.5 pages. So we want to know whole pages, so it will round up to 8 whole pages. Okay. All right, number 2. Sherry wants new headphones that cost $320. She can save $15 each week. She already has $65 saved. How many more weeks of saving does she have left until she will be able to purchase the headphones? So again, our question is how many more weeks of savings does she have left until she will be able to purchase the headphones? So our answer will be in weeks. We know that the headphones are going to cost $320. She can save $15 each week, but she already has $65 saved, so that's $65 that she does not have to pay. So the first thing we're going to do is subtract $320 minus $65. And she only has $255 left to save. So then we have to divide that $255 divided by $15 a week. Then we'll get the number of weeks she has to save. So 15 goes in 25 once. There's 10 left over. Bring down the 5. 15 and 105 go 7 times. So she ends up with 17 weeks left to save for the iPhone or the new headphones. Okay. Okay. Lee is packing brownies into bags that could only hold half dozen brownies each. He had to package 30 dozen brownies. How many bags did he use to pack all of the brownies? So the question that we have to focus on is how many bags did he use to pack all of the brownies? Some key numbers. We know that we have 30 dozen brownies. So 30 dozen, there's 12 in a dozen, so we have to multiply 12 times 30. And that will give you 360. So we know that we have 360 brownies to pack, but each bag only holds a half dozen brownies each. And a half dozen brownies equals 6 brownies each. So therefore we have to divide 360 brownies divided by 6 brownies each. And we should get 60 bags. Okay. All right. Lily needed 720 daisies for a party. Daisies are only sold for $8 per dozen, and the store doesn't sell part of a dozen. What is the minimum amount of money she will spend in order to save or have enough daisies for the party? So the question we have to focus on is, what is the minimum amount of money she will spend in order to have enough daisies for the party? So our key numbers are, she has a total of 720 daisies. Daisies are sold $8 per dozen. So the first thing I have to do is figure out how many dozens I have. If I have a total of 720 daisies, how many dozen is that? Well, there's 12 per dozen, so I have to divide that by 12. So 12 into 72 goes 60 times. So that means she has 60 dozen daisies. And so since it's sold in dozen, and there's $8 per dozen, so I multiply the 60 times the 8. And she will be spending $480 on the daisies. What is the value of 3 to the 5th? So finding the value, first of all, you have to write this into expanded form. So since 3 is the base and 5 is the exponent, so we're going to rewrite 3 5 times. And then we multiply. So 3 times 3 is 9. This 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 9 is 81. And 81 times 3 is 243. So that value is 243. What is the value of 4 cubed? You know that cubed means to the third power. So write it as an exponent first, an exponential notation, 4 cubed. And I know I'm going to rewrite 4 3 times. And then you multiply. 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 times 4 is 64. What is the value of 1/4 to the 4th? Just because it's a fraction, you can still write it in expanded form. So you write 1/4 4 times. And then you multiply the numerators, which is 1 times 1 times 1 times 1, that's 1, and the denominators. 4 times 4 is 16, 16 times 4 is 64, and 64 times 4 is going to be 256. So it's going to be 1 over 256. Number 8, write 45 hundredths times 45 hundredths times 45 hundredths times 45 hundredths in exponential notation. So remember, the base is the part that's being repeated, so the 45 hundredths is being repeated. So you just write 0.45. How many times is being repeated is 4, and 4 is my exponent. So 45 hundredths to the 4th power is my answer. Okay. All right, how would I express 16 using exponential notation in a base of 4? So my base is 4. We don't know our exponent, but I do know that that is going to equal a value of 16. So my base of 4 to what power gives me 16? Well, I know that 4 times 4 is 16. How many times do you see the 4 is 2? So 2 is my exponent. So 16 equals 4 to the 2nd. So writing an exponential notation, you need a base and an exponent. What is the value of the following expression? Here we're going to use PEMDAS, order of operations. So remember, parentheses, exponents, multiplication or division, whatever comes first, left or right, and addition or subtraction, whatever comes left to right, left to right. So here we have parentheses first. Inside the parentheses we have exponents. 2 to the 3rd is written as 2 times 2 times 2. And so remember, rewrite the rest of the problem. Still in parentheses, so 2 times 2 times 2 is going to be 8. I'm rewriting everything. Okay. Still in parentheses, 8 minus 2 is 6. Okay. So I am done with parentheses. Now I got to go for exponents. And then I have an exponent of 3 to the second. And so remember, I'm going to rewrite the rest of the problem except for the one I solved, part that I solved. And 3 times 3 is 9. Okay. So I'm done with exponents. Now I got to do multiplication or division. So I have 25 plus 6 minus 6 times 4 plus 9. So I'm going to do the 6 times the 4. Move over here. So I have 25 plus 6 minus, and 6 times 4 is 24 plus 9. Okay? So I'm done with multiplication and division. Now I got to add or subtract left or right. So 25 plus 6 gives me 31. Okay? And then 31 minus 24 gives me 7. And then 7 plus 9 gives me 16. Okay? And then what is the value of the following expression? Again, using PEMDAS. Okay? Parentheses, 10 minus 3 would give me 7. Right? Done with parentheses, no exponent, so I move it down to multiplication or division. And then I have division as first. Okay, so 16 divided by 4 is 4. Rewrite the rest of the problem. Then I still have multiplication. 3 times 7 is 21. And 21 plus 4 is 25. Last problem. Where would I place the parentheses in the following problem to make it true? So basically you just have to try to put the parentheses in each place. If I do the parentheses here, 8 times 9, I would do 8 times 9 first, which is 72. And see if that equals 28. 72 divided by 3 would be 24. And then 24 minus 3 is 21, and 21 plus 7 is 28. So that is true. Okay. And that concludes our review for Unit 1.